Hey skiers, it's Bob at skiessentials.com.
And I'm Matt. How's it going?
Welcome to our Top 5 Friday ski industry news video. Jeff is in France still, so Matt, thanks for joining. And Jeff has absconded with our microphones that we normally use, so we're using the regular boom microphone. So if the sound sounds a bit different this week, that's why. We look forward to hearing what Jeff has to say when he comes back, mostly Solomon stuff, but based on what he shared on Ski Essentials social media, looks pretty cool.
Yeah, looks sweet.
Yeah.
Made his own bindings.
I know, that's pretty
pretty
awesome.
cool. Has his name on it.
Should all be so lucky, but he should be back next week. But until then, just a brief housekeeping as Matt and I were making our way up here. Just a big order of Volkl closeout stuff came in, and we've been kind of seeing these great prices on older Volkl stuff that we've gotten, Volkl Blazes specifically.
Yeah.
So if you're still in the mood for a late holiday shopping binge, like $200 for a pair of Blaze 82s.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Really good deals on a lot of that Volkl stuff coming in. So you can search that on our site and try to get something before the holidays. But that's it for housekeeping. Oh, Matt and I did a on-snow video, kind of a mini comparison, I guess.
Yeah.
Kesley Paragon 101 and 107. So that footage is in the bank. Just got to get it edited and up online, and hopefully we'll get that out next week. But that was fun. Great skis.
It was the perfect day for it, too.
Yeah, really good day.
Great skis, great snow, just all around really good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it for housekeeping. We can get on with the news. Topic number 1 here is an FIS update. So some races this past week and recently, I believe, in Italy. Big story in the women's speed events, which were held out in Beaver Creek, Birds of Prey, downhill and Super G. We had Lauren Makuga finishing 4th in the downhill, Breezy Johnson 13th, and Jacqueline Wiles in 29th. So a couple of top 30s there for the ladies.
Yep, got some points.
And then Lauren Makuga continued that dominance the next day in Super G, earning 12th. Keely Cashman 21st, and Breezy Johnson again cracking the top 30 at 28th. So pretty good home showing on that Birds of Prey downhill course. And we were talking about it today, how it's really fun to be able to ski those things.
Right.
And it's just amazing when you see the scope of these downhill trails and how steep and burly and rugged they are and how these people are just going for it.
Full of confidence, and they make it look so good, too.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
So great job to the ladies out there in Beaver Creek. Men were in Europe, mostly Italy, Val d'Isere. In slalom, we had Jeff Seymour in 21st. And then in the GS, River Radmus 17th and Tommy Ford 18th. So nice tech showings from the men there. And then, if I read this correctly, Matt was saying that the Super G in Val Gardena was today, Friday, or recently Thursday. I apologies, I don't recall. But U.S. Jared Goldberg gets 2nd in the Super G.
Sweet.
So
Love
great
that.
to see the podium finishes there. So that's it for FIS updates. Number 2, we have a Mikaela Shiffrin update. There is certainly more information available online than we have time to
get into it.
This is a heavily covered topic. Mikaela's recovery, it's about a month out from when she fell here in Vermont at Killington and suffered a puncture wound. Like nothing, no broken bones, no busted ligaments, just like got stabbed somewhere.
I thought it was her leg.
Is it a leg?
Yeah, but for all the information that's out there, do we know what did that? Because I cannot find anything about what they suspect it might be or anything like that.
Yeah.
But who knows? Either way.
Yeah.
Big bummer.
Yeah, and just and strange. I get, and anything can happen. It's crazy. You're dealing with, like the edges, like slicing legs and arms and stuff like that, and then who knows what you're going to run into. I mean, I've definitely gotten more hurt, like with my ski hitting me, or like falling off your bike, like you fall on your bike, falling off your bike.
Yeah.
Like that's when weird things happen.
Right.
Not so much like popping a knee or hitting a tree. Like your own equipment can sometimes be your own worst enemy. So
right.
I don't know. Like you said, still unclear, and no current timeline on a return. There was a surgery required to kind of stem up whatever fluid was leaking into this puncture.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of graphic details within this article in skiracing.com. So if you're interested in more of the medical side, you can go there and check it out. And I don't follow her. I don't on social media, but apparently she's been very open and, I guess, welcoming of people into her recovery process.
Yeah, she's been pretty transparent about just the whole process in general, which I think is a good thing, because I feel like a lot of these athletes are kind of perceived as these invincible heroes, where you hear them get hurt and then miraculously, because they're super athletes, they're back in like a month or so.
Yeah.
But that's not really the case. I haven't personally been like keeping up with it, but I've seen a few of them flash across my feed, and more so than I've ever seen before. So definitely noticeable uptick in that sense. But yeah, best wishes to her. We want you back.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating, like knowing that it wasn't like anything she did wrong.
Right.
It seems tough to swallow.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I mean, they crash all the time, and you can either walk out with nothing at all, or something like this where it's just something weird.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the weird ones are weird.
Yeah.
So that's it for poor Mikaela. Number 3, moving into kind of more of a political, I guess, climate here. Park City Ski Patrol is basically got a green light from their union. They're authorized to strike.
Yeah.
And it's terrible timing for the resort given the upcoming holiday week. This isn't from an article in the Salt Lake Tribune. So basically their current contract with Vail Resorts ended at the end of April, and the two sides have yet to agree to terms for this upcoming year. And like most everything, it all comes down to money. They are looking for higher wages to keep up with inflation, as well as just being more commensurate with the experience and skills needed to do that job.
Yeah.
That in their eyes, and I agree with them to a large extent, that what they go through on the mountain is very different to what other general mountain employees go through. So a Vail Resort sets a $20 minimum hourly wage, then these people are doing very different things than other people are doing. And not to put down anyone else's job, it's all part of the machine, but Ski Patrol is extraordinarily vital to many, many aspects of resort safety.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I think their last contract, they were at $19 an hour, which I find, is it bad if I say absurd?
No, you're allowed to have your opinions on these
That's
things.
my opinion. But I mean, up to, I think it was 23 or 24. Like, that's certainly better. But as you were saying, like, it's a multifaceted thing that's going on, and they do have a specific set of skills that not many other people have. And like, they are an essential part of the machine. So, I'm always going to be on the Ski Patrol side, but I don't know. I just hope that they can reach a middle ground soon that benefits both parties and the people that go to the resort and have a good experience. So that's the important part. It's just the whole thing.
You have to assume that that's going to happen. That, like, Ski Patrol, like the union would be, it might be a little difficult if they were like, we want $50 an hour plus benefits and this, that, and the other. If they just really reached, like, that's not likely going to happen. And that's, kind of absurd on the other side. There's got to be a compromise, and hopefully the proper people are in place to have those conversations. If they decide not to show up to work for Christmas week, then the mountain's not going to be able to open.
Yep.
So it's a real kind of cut and dry case of that someone needs to say yes somewhere.
Yeah.
So
guess we'll see.
Yeah. Good luck to the ski patrol.
Yep.
Topic number 4 here. We're going to be talking about the Natural Selection Tour and its inclusion of skiers for this year. In the past, the NST has been snowboard only, and I liked seeing that.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed seeing how it's a different view of natural terrain, which is what this tour is all about. It's like park skiing in the wild.
Yeah,
and I always thought that suited the snowboard group very well. So I'm really interested to see how skiers mesh into this.
Totally. And it does feel different from Freeride World Tour, even though, I think that in the article we mentioned that, but even prior to this coming to light, when I watched Natural Selection, it always felt very different from Freeride World Tour when it comes to snowboarding. And I think that back in the day, at least, they would have those crazy wooden obstacles and lily pads and crazy stuff built into the natural landscape. But not only that, but just the whole competition itself felt different. So I'm really, really excited to see where this goes. And it's not just skiing too. I mean, it's surfing and biking and all these crazy other things too. So I'm really excited to see where that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, really exciting stuff.
Yeah. So this was an article that we found on powder.com. And basically, to help ease that transition, they acquired Chris Benchetler and Christy Leskinen to serve on the Athlete Advisory Council to kind of, acclimate skiing into this program and kind of lend their individual and unique knowledge as to what's going to serve this group the best. The Natural Selection Tour is going to be held in a remote area in Alaska in mid-April. And so, like you were saying, they're able to kind of manipulate the terrain. I think of what's the silly mountain biking in Moab that they do?
Rampage.
The Rampage.
Yeah. I
kind of figure this is that's kind of what I envision with this, is kind of incorporating man-made stuff into natural areas. And I think it's good to have some accomplished skiers' viewpoints as to what would look the best, because I think that's what they all want, is to put the best product forward. So makes sense, and I'm looking forward to it.
I also like that the difference between this and Freeride World Tour, at least, is Freeride World Tour, they'll have a set of dates, and whatever the snow conditions are, that's what you gotta ski. And in this, they're gonna make it ideal,
right,
for ideal for the viewership, the entertainment factor, but also the safety, and just the conditions are gonna be primo. They're gonna make sure that it's top notch. So that's gonna be really cool.
Yeah. So mid-April, we'll be on the lookout for that. That's it for topics. Edits. We got 4 edits this week. Jesper Jader has a street video, and it is as advertised. I like that he put the crash reel first. I don't know if you noticed that.
I did, yeah.
But, urban rail crashes are some of the most cringeworthy falls that I can possibly imagine. And just the slams and the awkward skis in the rail and falling over that I would not get up from for months. And I think that it was interesting putting that crash reel first, because then it shows the success certainly came after the crash. So the successes look even more impressive.
Totally. Yeah, he hooks you in with the crashes and then lays you back down with all just throwing down. And I love that it was shot in the old school dad cam kind of video, and it's a square. So I thought that was cool, just in a day when a time where everything is getting more modern. It was
Yeah.
kind of cool to get a little retro vibe with that.
Number 2, Ralph Welpener, Tiger Blood. I watched some of this, not all of it. Big jumps, big rails. Yeah.
All of the necessary things for a really cool ski video.
Yeah.
And it was cool to see that he did like some freestyle park, some urban skiing, and then backcountry and big mountain skiing. It was kind of cool to see how these athletes can do it all a lot of the times. But yeah, really, really good video.
Number 3, Ross Tester, Here for Now. This is, I would say, more skiing oriented.
Yeah.
Also nice to see like resorts in ski videos. You just don't, like, that looks weird these days, is when you see someone at Snowbird doing cool stuff, and you're just used to seeing no one around. Everything is snowmobile access or human powered or something like that, but being able to see something that not anyone could do, but anyone could at least get there. Like, you could buy a ticket to Snowbird.
Yeah.
So I think that's fun.
It always helps give the viewer an opportunity to look at their home mountain in that sort of lens.
Yeah.
So, because when you see those videos where they're out there and there's not a single other track in sight, it's hard to put yourself there. Yeah. You're mostly just in awe and not just fully like envisioning yourself there. But with something like this, you're like, oh yeah, like maybe if I see a feature like that at the mountain, like I'm going to try something close to that, even though it won't look anything like it or as cool.
Yeah, the double backflip, like the inbounds double backflip off the wind lips, I'm not optimistic that I'll be there, but I'm glad that people are still doing that stuff. And then 4, Down Days, Quiche 3, Finnish crew. You might have to help me with the names if you remember. Antti-Olila.
That's all I got.
Junis Kanga.
Yep.
Really cool video. Certainly has that, Finnish, Swedish, Scandinavian vibe to it.
Totally.
So
really Antti-Olila is one of my favorite skiers to watch. Since I was doing park skiing a lot, he's been like one of my favorites. He just makes everything look so cool, and really creative guy. So definitely worth the watch. Absolutely.
Yeah, good edits this week. That's it for this week. Top 5 Fridays. Holiday week coming up, so if you're skiing in resorts, beware and have fun and be careful, be safe, be respectful. That's all I have to say. Hopefully we get some snow. Yeah. It's been good the past 2 days, but first half of the week was a little weird around here with some rain and warm weather, but we're back at it now. Snowing right now. Yeah. I guess we will see you after Christmas next time. So happy holidays to everyone out there and have a wonderful week.
Bye.